I'm going live too early. Okay. Let's see if this works. Okay, good. There's nobody there yet. All right. Hey guys, sorry I'm early. Hi guys, I hope you can hear me. Sorry I'm early. I'm just trying to work out a few kinks. I'm trying to see if I can video from my phone, but read your comments on my computer, but it doesn't seem to let me because my phone that's videoing right now is on this really lightweight stand, and I don't want to touch it, so I'm trying not to touch it, but I'll do my best to read your comments. Let me see. Give me just a second. I'm going to try to go on my computer and see if I can read your comments from another account. Give me just a second. Now it's asking me for my password. I don't know. Nope. Just a second, okay? I'll be right with you. Remember, we're early, so sit back for just a second. Now I don't see any comments. Great. Hold on just a second, okay, guys? Oh, hold on. Oh, wait a minute. Nope, that's not it. I guess I can't do this. So let's just, I'm just gonna get a little bit closer here. I hope you guys can see everything. Let me go through the comments. I hope I don't knock this over. Okay. Hi, everybody. Hi, guys. Oh, Amanda, don't be jealous. They're a pain in the butt. The bigger they get, they're more of a pain in the butt to take care of. Smokey says, how does she communicate with you? Well, what time are we? We're 3:44. Well, that's okay. How does she communicate with you? She communicates a lot of times through dreams. Everybody has a natural intuition, and more times than most, by the time you're an adult, you know when you're kind of talking to yourself in your head, and you can kind of decipher when it's not you. And coupled together with her type of energy, you kind of know that it's her talking to you. And another thing is, it's also kind of like a nagging feeling. Like if she wants something, it's nagging. You'll dream about it. You'll see it in your waking life. You'll see it somewhere randomly, like on your way to work or on your way to school or whatever. And you'll know that that's her trying to tell you something. It's okay, open the door, it's fine. Puerto Rican, nice, hi. Hi guys. People are scared that she'll take something in exchange for a favor. What's the truth? Well, I'm gonna be honest. It's all about balance. And everybody is scared that the moment that they have interaction that somebody's gonna die. Well, guys, honest to goodness, somebody's gonna die. Like, and before somebody takes that out of context, we're all gonna die. For many reasons, that's why a lot of people go this route, because they don't know whether they're gonna live or die another day. They're desperate, and this is kind of a last resort to a lot of people because they've tried going to the church, they've tried other methods to have their prayers answered or their petitions answered, and they never really get them answered until they come this route. So yeah, they don't know if they're gonna live or die. But in regards to an exchange, if you want me to be honest, from my experience, I have seen that things have to be balanced out. I'll just put it that way. For you to get, you have to give. Now, that doesn't mean like, you know, your kid's gonna die from some unknown cause or something like that. No, no, no. It just means that you have to put in the time and the effort. Kind of like when you have a new family member. What? Go ahead, go, go. It's fine. Just don't trip over this stuff. When you have a new family member join your house, you know you're going to have to take time away from the rest of the family members to feed them, to clothe them, to take care of them. It's just that kind of exchange. You're going to have to devote a lot of your time to include her in your daily life. So more times than most, in my experience, that's been the exchange. So I hope that helps. Haven't had an altar in a while, and I haven't lit a candle either. Yet I thank her day to day for living, and I have her marked on my hand. I love her so much. She's my love. That's good, Albert. That's great. Sounds good to me. Thank you. Yeah, Amanda. It gets addictive. Pardon me. I'm having a little drink. I see her just all the time, no matter what we're. That's right. Yep, that's very true, Albert. No matter what we're doing. Because those spirits don't have the barriers that we have. Yep, Albert, I'm going to tell you guys a little story. I was on my way to a technical school, and on the way back, I was just randomly thinking, because I have a little keychain. I have 2 little keychains that have the Santa Muerte symbol on them. And I was just looking at them when I was driving. And then out of nowhere, I see one of those digital billboards. And it says in real big letters, Roja. R-O-J-A, which means red. Or red in an effeminate form. Anyway, it means red. And then not 30 seconds later, there's a car in front of me that has the Santa Muerte sticker in red right in front of me. And so I was telling everybody else, I was like, that's just weird that I see a sign and then there's a red sticker of her. So you could call that a sign. I don't know what for, but probably give me attention or put something on my altar. Let me see. Plus she asked for a lot of things. This is true. An apple, and now there are bite marks in it. Whoa, Remy. I don't know about that one. Are you sure nobody else took a bite out of it in the house? Thank you, Sandy. What if you do something she doesn't like? Well, what happens if you do something that your friend doesn't like? What happens if you do something your grandma doesn't like? What do you think? Does anybody else know what this means? You get a spanking. Nothing to really be afraid of, but if you do something she doesn't like, she's going to let you know. I don't like it. You'll get to know that through dreams, or just kind of like an inherent feeling like that feels wrong. When I just did that thing, I kind of felt wrong. You know what I mean? Just a second. Sorry, I hope that didn't stop the feed. Okay, my alarm. But yeah, you'll just get kind of a notion like, I think I did something wrong. You'll feel it. You'll know it. See. Thank you, Deep Thoughts. No, wait, no. Okay, sorry. Good. At least, thank you for that compliment. At least now I know if there's a troll in here, I know how to block them. Let me see. Hold on. Don't make promises you can't keep. She ain't a joke, but is very loving. But don't get on her bad side. She will not. You can't walk all over her. Exactly. It's really simplistic, and people want to make it complex. It's the same kind of respect that you would show any kind of elder. Except picture this elder is like eons old. It's that simple. What if you have a statue at home and leave to another state for a while? Well, that people ask that a lot, really. The statue is the vessel. It's just like a home. It's just like a little erected little space for her to live in, but it doesn't mean that she's bound by that statue. She can go wherever she wants, do whatever she wants. She's got a job to do. So, honestly, you could just be like, hey, I'm gonna leave the statue here, I gotta go do some stuff, you know, I got stuff I gotta take care of, just heads up, you know. But you know, you're coming with me in spirit, so I mean, you can take the statue with you if you want to. I mean, that's entirely up to you if you want. Some people will wear pendants. Some people, that's why they get a tattoo. That's one of the reasons they get a tattoo. Some people carry the little 2-inchers with them, or the little 3-inchers with them, a little 1-incher with them, for that purpose, because they travel a lot, or because they want to keep it in their car. Or because they want to keep it in their car, you know, or whatever. I mean, there's ways around it. So, yeah. Do you think that she knows when you will work with her even before you learned about her? Good question, Manda. I think yes. I definitely think yes. It's almost kind of like you're putting out, by being who you are, you're kind of putting out a certain kind of magnetism, and you're going to attract a certain kind of energy. And those energies know, because they're attracted to it. So that's how I think that she can know ahead of time that y'all are gonna hook up. So let me see. It's not a dating website. Hook up, I mean, get together. I mean, have a relationship. That also sounded like a dating website. I have a dream about a giant statue of her in white. Is that a good sign? I see bubbles in the water. Ooh, no, I think that's good. Some people say that bubbles in the water is bad, but I just think that it's a sign that you have presence there. That there's a presence there. Because either way you slice it, both ends of the spectrum say that's good, that's bad, but either way they both agree that that means that there is a spiritual presence there. So, but also in white, you are so lucky. I didn't have any like of the white one dreams until way later. The very first one was always black for me. But I have my theories about that. But yeah, no, I think that's a good sign. And helping me through so much where it's impossible. That's the best thing I could ever have. Enjoy my life. That's right. And that's the whole point, is enjoy your life while you have it now. Because we really don't know what's on after this life. We don't know if we get a second chance. We don't know if we come back. We don't know. So that is the whole point, is enjoy what you got while you got it. Now, that's not to say go and be some kind of weirdo or be a bad person or anything like that. No, it just means appreciate your life while you have it. He's making fun of me. Good, I'm glad, Albert. I'm glad. No, I don't want to block you. Sorry. Does she ever ask you to clean your house before you can petition or approach her? Oh my God, yes, every Saturday. Every Saturday I have to clean at least this area, and then it turns into cleaning the rest of the house. And then once that's done, then I can ask for my allowance. You get it? You see how that went? You do what you have to do to show respect first, then you can go asking for what you need to ask for. Seems to be the case. Seems to be the way it works. So, oh yeah, the apples on the altar, they stay fresh. They stay fresh for a very long time. If they rot right away, something's up. Because mostly everybody I've talked to has had their apples stay on there pretty fresh. And you can debate the fact that the apples nowadays are made with a waxy film around them, and that they're hybrids and that they're not meant to rot like the McDonald's apples and stuff like that. But this is actually an old phenomena. You know, way before those preservatives, way before any of that stuff. This is old school stuff. The apples have ever rotted when they're on the altar, so it's nothing new. So yeah, it is a good sign. It is a very good sign. Mucho de las allá, todos los lunes. Hold on. Yeah. Boricua flavor, yeah. Muy, perdón con mi español, no es bueno, pero sí, estás haciendo bien. Todo está bien. Yeah. That's going to be very few times y'all hear me speak Spanish. And that's why, because it sucks. I can understand. Boricua me puedo entiendo, pero no puedo hablar. What happens if you pray but end up going to jail? Felipe, once again, it's about balance. Unfortunately, sometimes we have to take our lumps. I'm sorry to say. Sometimes we have to balance out the scales to get back to a clean slate. I'm sorry. You know, that's just, I've seen it work like that on many different occasions. So I think that's why that happens, because it's about keeping the balance. She's more like a personal friend. Yeah, she has your back. That's right. Oh, good. I can scroll on this side. I know they're on my way to get her a candle. There you go, Albert. I know there are sort of recommended standard offerings, but I found unless it's something of real personal value, a true sacrifice, it may not be adequate payment. The working won't go as well. Spinning dancer, you know, you got a point. You got a point. In a lot of instances, it does work that way. You can have your bare bones basics, but if you want extra oomph to your petition, you're right. You have to put in the extra effort. Okay. Let me see here. I hope my phone doesn't die, guys. My boyfriend is devoted to her. She'll be doing the tattoo ritual. Nice, nice. I think she works best with people who actually want to do the work, inner work as well. Yes. People will come into this, and you know, it's been like this since the beginning. It's been like this since the get-go in a lot of different practices, not just this one. They don't want to put the effort in. They want something handed to them and want it to fall on their lap, and then they get pissed when they do absolutely nothing and expect some grand result like the next day. No, guys, all your efforts have to be made in order to get what you need to get. God helps those who help themselves, right? There's that old saying. That old saying is not an old saying for no reason. It's kind of like a helper. You know, like, I'm going to be honest with you, a lot of this comes from yourself. But she's going to aid you, she's going to assist you, she's going to go the extra mile to make sure that it's executed. No pun intended. Like, she keeps you protected before you learn about her or find out about her, because she has been the only thing I've been devoted to. That's good, Amanda. That's good. Yeah, it's only been since 2016 for me. I knew about her before, but like everybody else down here in this area, it's like, whoo, the cuckoo, you know, it's a monster, it's the devil. So it took a lot of getting over stuff to actually get to this point. I've heard that the skeleton statues with the side in the left hand is not Santa Muerte, but in fact, Argentinian San La Muerte. That's it. That's another thing I've heard too, Nico. And I don't know. I have heard people say that when the chest is exposed, it's San La Muerte, which is the male derivative in Argentinian as well. But from what I was reading, not that she can't be, but he's just like straight up raw. Like some of the very first depictions of San La Muerte were carved from pinky bones, which is what I read. And that he takes raw meat. Granted, I heard this only from like two sources, one on a YouTube video and one written source, and that they're very much associated with Quimbanda. So don't quote me. I don't know much about him. All I heard was that if the chest is exposed, that it's San La Muerte. But you can't tell that to a Santa Muerte devotee, because a ton of them will have the reaper sitting or standing, or even the one that's pregnant, or the one that's holding the children, or the one with the angel wings, or riding the horse, and they'll all have their chest exposed, and they're like, it's Santa Muerte. So I don't know. Once again, the statue is a vessel. It's just like a little home. So whatever you imbue it with, I think, in my opinion, is what matters. It can be representative, sure, but I'm not really entirely 100% positive about the right hand and the left hand. Some people even said right hand path, left hand path. You know what I mean? So I've heard that theory too. What if you dream her on the other side of a river and you on one side and a black dog is watching you and a dead loved one crosses the river but you drown and wake up? Oh my God, Smokey, geez. That's a lot to work with. If I had to boil it all down, I don't know if I would take that literally, but more so kind of like, I don't know, and this is going to sound cheap, but like getting over your fear, embracing an anxiety to get over it. That's hard to say. I'm not good at dream deciphering. Whatever it is, the first thing that came to your mind is usually what it means, because this is your own personal experience. This is your own subconscious. This is your own path. So whatever it is that you deciphered it as is going to be closer than what I decipher it as. So sorry, I keep getting messages from other people. What to do to clear out negative energy without asking her? Good question. I have tools here that I want to show you for exactly that reason. So the rest of the questions, give me just a second. Okay. Now this has been in other videos and I'm glad it has, because this is still a new concept to me. You can use scissors. You can hang scissors above your door. Now, please be careful. You can hang scissors above your door to be representative of cutting out bad energy that might be coming into your house. Some people in the Mexican culture will put these under their pillow or under their bed to cut out bad dreams. Scissors. Think of what they're representative of. Cutting. Okay. Here's another one. Without her help, right? If you can get your hands on this, aloe is an awesome like radar alarm system. There was certain situations where I was under attack, as we all get attacks. People are jealous, they're angry. And we have this plant outside by the front door. Almost all of them turned red. They turn red when they are like dehydrated, because this entire plant is nothing but water. That's why it's so great for healing. They all turned red, like pinkish red. And that's how I knew something was up, because it had rained. There was no change really in the weather, nothing like that. But as soon as I took care of it, they all went back to green. This was an excellent alarm system. And that's why more than most people that you talk to will recommend having this aloe plant hung upside down on the altar, right there next to her. Okay? So that's one way. Here's something else if you can't grow the aloe, which I recommend that everybody has aloe on their altar. It's kind of like loves it. But railroad spike. This is a railroad spike. A lot of you may already know what I'm going to say, but this was kind of my own method. Red string is always going to be associated, at least in the practices I'm familiar with, red string is going to be associated with protection and with warring, with fighting, with battling, okay? Keeping things away from you. See? Evil eye. Keeping things away from you, protecting you. So what I did, a railroad spike is, usually you're going to see it with rust. That rust is a metal associated with a type of energy that's about fighting. It's associated with the planet Mars. Mars is the god of war. Okay? Also associated with Tuesday. Tuesday is Mars's day. So what you'll do is you'll take a railroad spike. If you can't get your hands on a bunch of them and you can only get one, take the railroad spike. And what I did was I got a piece of paper and I put what it was going to do. What is the purpose of this? Because you have to imbue it with your intention. So I got a piece of paper and I kind of wrapped it around the railroad spike. and put in there, what is it used for? Once I did that, this is just red yarn. I wrapped the red yarn and I kept thinking and thinking and thinking, what is the purpose of this thing? This is what you're going to do. You tell it, this is what you're going to do. And you wrap it and wrap it and wrap it and wrap it till you get to the end. Now what I made was I made little loops here to hang on the wall by the front door. That's one way you can use this. You don't have to make the loops. You can just wrap it, put it by your front door, bury it in the front yard, stake it into the ground in the front yard. You put it in your, well, I don't know about putting it in your car, but you could to keep you safe. But it's mainly used for at the home or at the business. Any stable environment that you want to protect from attacks. You can put it in your bedroom, I guess. But this kind of warring energy, you want kind of like as a fort around your house. So you want to put it by the front door. You want to put it outside in the backyard. You want to put it in the front yard. But because it's covered with rust, because it's made out of iron, and from the simple fact that it's wrapped in red, means protection against attacks. So there's that. Another thing, I'm glad this came up because we got to this early because I wanted to go over it early. You see this? Now never mind the little guys down here. What counts is the bowl. The bowl here, it has two little black guys floating in it. Looks like turds, doesn't it? But it's not. They're called tomates marinos, marine tomatoes. Now, if you look that up on YouTube, you'll probably find a lot of fish or underwater creatures, but no, these are oftentimes used to cure hemorrhoids. But you might find them online. And the story behind them is one's supposed to be male, one's supposed to be female. One will sink, one will float. But the purpose of them is to put by the door and to protect the home. They're floating in water because water is a conduit. Water is a gateway. Water is the middleman. Water is very spiritual. Water reflects, receives, gives. Water is the sustaining force of life. So that's why they're suspended in water. Okay, as everything else in this life has an element of water in it. It's our binding force. So it said that you put these in there and they'll keep you protected. I believe it's once the other one sinks, it's time to change them out. It's time to put your protection up again. But you know what you can substitute if you can't find these? Lemons. Straight up lemons. Lemons are used for cleansing. Think about when you're mopping your floor. What do you use? Pine Sol. Well, it's got lemon. Well, that's pine. That was a bad example. Well, you can use lemon to clean your floor. Put a couple of lemons in a bowl by your front door. They'll clean and clear out anything trying to come in the house. I think you can also put them under your bed or in your business. So that's another way where you don't have to involve her. One thing that I just kind of felt will work. This is a ball moss. It's not exactly moss, although that's what they coin it as. But it is a plant that grows independent of, that usually grows on trees. But it's not a parasite. It grows by itself. And what it does is it grows in a shady area underneath a tree or on a tree's branch. And it just basically kind of picks up water. It's what they call an air plant. It can live on its own. It can grow just like this. It doesn't need dirt. It just grows by itself. If any of you know what an air plant is. Well, I found several of these in the cemetery. And these in themselves will have the essence of the cemetery. Some people will use cemetery dirt for dark works. But these sometimes are used for various reasons, but more times than most, they're kind of used like what Spanish moss is used for stuffing dollies, for catching, absorbing. In in my experience and what's the purpose they serve for me, this and like Spanish moss, to absorb like a sponge. So because this feeds off of the moisture in the air, what I've been doing is I put it in my bathroom in a kind of a shady area. It's right now it's out in the sunlight, but I need to put it in a shady area. And it'll just kind of absorb the moisture of the bathroom when you're taking a shower. You can spritz it if you want, but it doesn't require a lot of water. It just lives off of like the morning dew or the evening dew if you live in a moist environment. So you can use a plant like this and a plant like this to absorb bad energy around you. Okay? So those are just a few ways. Just wanted to give those as an example. So let's move on to the comments. Sorry I took so long. Bought his brother a white one. His brother since someone was trying to rob his brother. My boyfriend bought his brother a white one for his brother since someone was trying to rob his brother. Yeah, okay, for protection. White though is mainly used for like peace in the home, and I mean it is used for protection, but in situations like that where there's negative energy coming in like that heavy, more people would probably go with the black. But either way, it's all the same spirit. So I've been trying to talk to her and not sure if she's trying to connect with me because I have this dream and now I have this desire to get her tattooed on my shoulder. Yeah, it comes with the territory, Rolando. I mean, a lot of us have done it. See? How long have you been a devotee? Oh, Sam, since like 2016. I'm still very new at this. So that's why I always tell people that are watching this, hey, if I don't resonate with you, you want to go with somebody else to inform you, by all means, go ahead. I understand completely because it's only been a few years for me. It's around me though, because I'm like 20 minutes from Mexico. I'm on the South Texas border. Yeah, right there in all the, in all that area. So it's around me. It's just very hidden around me. I might, me and maybe like a handful of other people might be a very few amount that advertise it to everybody. Hey, everybody, look, but it's normally meant to be kept secret. So, and she helped me be successful in life, but I do what I need to like go to college and stuff. Smokey, she can help with anything. There's no limit to what she can help with. It's just a matter of you pulling your weight. So like you go to a random stranger on the street and be like, hey, do this for me. It's like, what do I get? What are you gonna give me? Yeah, that's kind of how it works. Thank you, Cisco. Yeah, she gets bothered if I don't clean her. Exactly, Angel. I mean, wouldn't you? You lived in an area. Wouldn't you want somebody to like have it clean for you? I mean, let's be honest. I turned a Little Mermaid piggy bank into something with a statue. Whoa, that's an interesting metamorphosis there. Yeah, she loves money offerings. I have a, let me show you if I can get through here. I just emptied it out to get her tequila, but you seen how the elephant is always associated with money, especially with the trunk up? I was in an antique shop and it's like, get it. You need to get an elephant. And I was like, why? Just get it. And I was like, okay. Oddly enough, it's used for money. So, well, not odd at all, actually. But right now it's just got change in it. But, I'm building it up again. It had, I think, it had close to like $50 in here. And it's like, go get me tequila. So I was like, all right. Put that there. I'm running out of room. Okay, let's see. I hope my phone doesn't die. I had a dream. I hope I didn't skip any comments. Okay, I had a dream about pray to her statue, and there was another version of her, and she don't like the first one. Tell me to rest. What is the point? I don't know. The only thing I can decipher from that is, like I said, I'm not very good at dream deciphering, but the only thing I can decipher from that is maybe, like, she has different states of being. Goes from like very light to very dark, and then in between. It's kind of like the heavenly, the material, and the underworld kind of thing, or the heavenly, the material, and the ether, or the void, or whatever you want to call it. So maybe the heavenly and the ether were just kind of like, brr. Old schoolers will say, do not have the white next to the black because the black will taint the white. That's what they say. So maybe it has something to do with that. Oranges on my altar for a month and they are still looking good. Damn, now oranges, that's interesting. Because you know how easy those rot. I got a statue of her, but I don't know what to do with the photo frame I had of her. Should I keep it around and tuck it away? That's up to you, Remy, but if you feel like she likes it, just keep it out. Trying to learn Spanish. Yeah, Amanda, we need to learn Spanish because that is the heart and soul of this practice. How come when I light a cigarette for mi niña, I always have to relight it? Maybe she don't want it. Maybe she wants a cigar. Or one of those miniature cigars. I try lighting cigars here and they're not well received. Cigarettes, oh my God. Cigarettes are like in like 2 minutes, you know, and you can argue, yeah, well, that's what a cigarette's gonna do anyway, you know, but man, it looked like somebody's mouth was on the other end. So maybe it just didn't want it at the time. My door just closed by itself. Smokey, that was probably the air con, or that was probably just the suction from opening another door. Don't try to freak us out, man. The question, do people that are brothers and sisters just know or sense each other? How do you mean, Cisco, like together in this practice? I think that they draw themselves to each other, but I think it's mainly because social media. But I have run into quite a few in person, out of nowhere. Also, I try to tell myself, I'm going to keep in mind, there's millions of devotees out there. There's millions. I think last they said was like 10, they figure like 5 to 10 million. That's quite a bit. So I just thought it was chance, but maybe it's not. So, how do you better build a relationship with La Santissima? I've been playing music for her, give her offerings, but I don't know what else I can do. Nico, the best thing you can do is give your time. And I know that sounds cheesy, but that's the root of it all, is giving your time and giving. Now, I'm not saying be lazy, like just sit there in front of the altar and like do absolutely nothing, you know, but I'm just saying like giving your time, giving your devotion, giving your love, giving your affection. How would you show respect to an elder? What would you do? Would you like celebrate a birthday for them? Would you bring them food from your favorite restaurant? Would you give them money that you made that day and they just so happen to help you make it? You know, would you give them their favorite pastry? You know, what would you do? Adorn them with new things? You know, I'm going to say part of her is very materialistic. Very. You know, so material things, I mean, it's the truth. So you ask yourself those questions. How would you show respect and caring to your grandma? How would you show respect and caring to a new friend or a new relationship? Hoping you don't make out with your statue, but some people do. But, you know, just think about those types of things. How would I do it? And maybe just don't. People are going to bite my head off for this, but don't put so much stress on yourself about having to please so much, because remember, it's about give and take. Some people are going to disagree with this, but I think you give what you get. I mean, isn't that the way it's supposed to work? Some people take this to goddess status. They do. They try to take this to goddess. Like, I'm unworthy, I'm below you, you know, I'm nothing, I'm a maggot to you, you know, it's like, that's not the impression I've ever gotten. The impression I've gotten was like, I've been around, I know my stuff, but what's up? Let's work together, you know? That's what I get. It's not a worship me kind of thing. That's not what it is for me. And I've always said, I don't have no masters. I don't have, nobody that I worship. We work together. We have a reciprocal relationship, just like everybody else in your life. So that's how I see it anyway. But there's plenty of things you do. Just ask yourself those questions. How would I show respect to this and this and this person? What would I do? You find out their favorite stuff. Give them their favorite stuff. Sing to them, maybe. Play their favorite music. Can I make my own candles? Of course. Of course you can make your own candle. Life of Christina? Absolutely. Absolutely. What I have learned is that if you promise something to her, you better keep it. Well, of course, Brett. Oh, yeah. Definitely Brett. Like with anybody else, once again, right? It's this a sign of something. What are trying to tell me that she heard my prayers. Rolando, I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, what does it sound like to you? Finally caught the live stream. JV, there's hardly any live stream. There's been like a year. I know. Hi. I noticed I feel safer when driving. There's some crazy weirdos on the road these days. This is true. I have her in my purse and 2 little mojos with her image. Yeah, Bambina, that's the way to do it. I have her on my keychain too. My boyfriend had a lot of people just say he's crazy for working with her. Amanda, you're going to hear that regardless. Just ignore him. Yeah, she came to me rather quickly. This thing only helped me so much with my practice. You're beautiful, wise, and wonderful. Thank you for sharing. Oh, thank you, spitting dancer. I appreciate that. You're going to give me a big head. Stop it. I heard her called by another name that starts with a Q. Do you know the name? Q. Flaquita? Cabrona? I can't think of one off the top of my head. Sorry. Probably think of it after I'm done with the video. It's no problem, Brett. It's my pleasure. I've always had a fear of death all my life, and since I invite her into my life, I'm no longer afraid. Is it a part of cycle of nature? That's right. Deep thoughts. That's absolutely right. You just have to accept it. How has your relationship been? Sam? A roller coaster. Sam, it's been a roller coaster ride. I have single-handedly, I'm only saying single-handedly because you guys wrote it in your comments. I have found most of the ups and downs, the accepted things and non-accepted things, the hard way. I've gotten my fair share of punishment, believe me. And when I say punishment, I mean like a kick in the ass that was probably needed. So yeah, I'll be honest with you, I've straight up ignored her for like months on end. Yeah, that's out on the internet now. I've ignored her to study other things, and that didn't go over so well. I've put bad things on the altar. I've cussed her out. I've, I'm not going to say desecrated, but changed, and I still am, change things around to where I know that it's not well received. I've neglected the altar. I've let the cups get completely dry. I've let no food, no nothing. Oh yeah, I've done that. And I learned the hard way. I don't like that. That's not a very good thing to do, especially after receiving so much. So yeah, Sam, I've been through a lot of hurdles with it. Learned the hard way. I don't know if this is confusing, but what if I had to travel? Would I bring like a small statue with me and leave it, the big ones in? Yeah, Remy, right? Yeah, Remy. Yeah, you could totally do that. People do it all the time. Thanks. Hi, Wanda. I was missing 10 cents. This lady helped me with 10 cents. She's a blessing. 10 cents? Cool. Hey, if you needed it. I accidentally moved her statue one day, forgot to move it back, and something moved on my dresser. Yeah. Sometimes that happens. Don't be scared. It happens. Don't worry. One time I was weak and someone was trying to punk me when I was on drugs and couldn't function. Excuse me. And once I said my prayer, To her, I turned into the Hulk. No bullshit. She gave me power to know I had at the moment. Yeah, that can happen. I've heard of that happening. Could have won the wind, but highly doubt it. Who knows, JV? Who knows? I just logged on to this live, but did anyone see the new Bad Boys? I just saw the trailer, and I want to see it now because, you know, for obvious reasons. Santa Muerte is in it. How does she feel about being showcased in a main? Are you kidding me, Wanda? Look at all the popularity. Like, that wasn't wanted. That was so wanted. I'm gonna tell y'all something that you're gonna be like, oh, I can't believe she said that. And you're gonna be, you're probably gonna go tell your friends. You're gonna be like, no, she's blasphemous. I can't believe she said that. But this is the truth. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. She's kind of a hot spirit. If you know what hot means, hot. What do you think of when you think of hot? Like fiery, like a temper, you know, like easily agitated. But hot can also mean like, kind of like close to us, close to our earthly plane. So the things that we find appealing, she'll find appealing. At least this part of her. So a hot spirit is going to want to be fed. It's just the truth. It's the truth. All spirits want to be fed. Okay? They all want, either if it's from energy or if it's, you know, and people take it far. People take it really far. But essentially, they want, you know, if you feel that they have like an intelligence, which a lot of them can and do, they just want to self-sustain. And this is going to sound very bad, but the more devotees, the better. That means I'm getting fed more. But in turn, you're getting what you're asking for. So the more you sustain that energy, the more you feed it, the bigger it gets. The bigger it gets, the more popular it gets, the stronger it gets. Now, see, this is beneficial to you because the stronger it gets, the more likely you're going to get what you're asking, you know? And any other person that's watching is going to be like, see, I told you it's a demon, or it's a false god or something like that. It's like, no, that's always been the way it works. That's always been the way that the life force is sustained, is by getting fed. Once again, a balance. You give, you can take. You take, you better give. You get what I'm saying? So once she wants to get fed, how she get fed? More people, mainstream media. Shit, that's what we're doing right now. We're feeding her right now, at this moment, because we're all thinking about her. We're all focusing and honing in on that energy. We are officially a buffet right now. That sounds messed up, but it's true. And she loves it. And she loves it. Or else she wouldn't be asking people like me to be doing this stuff. We'll use razors. Yes, that's very true. Instead of the scissors, you can use razors. Just be very careful, please. One time I had a dream. I was walking down a path and Santa Muerte was on a black horse kind of waiting for me and looked at me when I got next to her. I told her my heart belongs to her. Aw. Yeah, Alex, there's an intimidation there, especially with old Blackie here. That sounds messed up, right? Hope that didn't sound racist. Black robe. But yeah, that one in particular is very intimidating. That's the very first one I saw. But nonetheless cool. Like cool, like stern, I guess you could say. Hardcore. So yeah, I can see how that was like, whoa. But it was really cool of you to be like, I'm totally yours. She loves that. I think you might have mentioned this in a video of yours, but can you put stop, move, dog. Can you put an image of Jesus or Archangel Michael to bounce? That's the concept behind an amparo. An amparo is kind of like like somebody that's going to balance out the energy, mainly with the black one. No, people use the amparo with the other robe colors as well, sure. But yes, that is a commonplace concept, yes. I have my amparo with San Cipriano. They don't, how do I word this? I tried it with Michael and it just didn't So with Cyprian, Saint Cyprian, it seems to work. It seems to balance out. So he himself is a master of the arts. So that's another reason why I chose him. I'm still learning about him at the moment. But the Archangel Michael, they just... And with my personality as well, he just didn't go well. I don't know why. Maybe I didn't do something right. I don't know. But yeah, that's the concept, Miss Mayhem. That's the concept behind an amparo. Yeah. Or does she prefer to be solo? Hey, Miss Mayhem, if she's solo on the altar, she's happy. But some people will use the amparo first thing, soon as they create an altar. You guys can read about that. There's plenty of videos on it, plenty of sources on it. My interpretation was that she is with me on my life path. Do you think that is somewhat correct? Well, Alex, if you're seeing her, I would definitely say yeah. I would definitely say yeah. What is your favorite color? Black. I like a Saturn vibe. I like Saturn. She's totally Saturn. Totally Saturn. I like black. Black's my favorite. Sorry. Sorry, red. Sorry, white. But they're all states of being. Like, everybody says they're like variations of her or aspects, but I see it as like they're different states of being. Not really personality types. It's like a whole other state. You get what I'm saying? And I'm attracted to the black one first, then the red, then the white. The white I've seen the least of. So I felt very called to underworld, chthonic, and traditionally shadow deities. I'm a child of Kali, but I felt the curiosity of Santa Muerte. I had the keychain of her and a tiny altar once. Yeah, I want to respectfully be able to handle her though. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. And there's no harm in being cautious. A lot of times I have asked her questions within the week. You'll come on with the answer through the videos. Whoever believes in her. We're all connected. She gets the answers through one way or another. Sandy, you couldn't have worded it better. I'm going to say something about that. I feel like we all get a mass email. We pick up on this energy that's kind of floating around as a message for everyone. And I've noticed this online. You'll just kind of be curious about something and you'll post it online, or you'll ask somebody and they'll be like, oh, I was totally thinking the same exact thing. And it's a totally random thing too. And oddly enough, they're all Santa Muertistas, right? You know? And it's almost kind of like she's sitting back like, I'm going to put this out there. And I want them all to think about it. And I want them all to talk about it because I want them all to be aware. I've noticed that happen on so many different occasions. Like, it's crazy. So we are all connected. My cousin's mom thinks she's bad and won't let him get a statue. What could he tell her? Woo, Smokey, that's a hard one. You can't force acceptance on other people, unfortunately. I say that like it's a bad thing. Yeah, you can't. If he has to hide it, he has to hide it. A lot of times in the old days, they had to hide it. I mean, get a pendant, get a small little statue he can keep in his pocket. I mean, a figurine that he can keep in his pocket. Maybe one in the car, in his like a picture, a prayer card in his wallet, if he carries a wallet. There's a lot of different ways that you can, unfortunately, keep it hidden. The thing is that there's an understanding. If you tell her, I'm sorry, but in order for me to be able to give to you and for you to give to me, I have to keep it this way. It's very disrespectful, yes, but it's not like it's the first time ever in the history of the world that people kept her hidden. I mean, that is how her practice started. It wasn't until Enriqueta in Tepito put it out for the public to see that it became so accepted as being public. Prior to that, it was hidden. And you can argue with me till you're blue in the face. It was hidden, and it still is hidden. So I don't care what anybody says. That's just the way it has always been. And guess what? Sometimes that actually makes your connection a little bit more powerful, to be honest with you. So that's just the way it was, you know, and that's the way it had to be. So it's not a bad thing so long as there's an understanding, you know. So sorry, they got me heated. My aloe plant went a bit red too, to the point where the leaves got soggy to the root. I was a bit concerned. This makes sense because the aloe, yeah. Yeah, and make sure also, you know, that Stephanie, make sure, yeah, they get plenty of sun because they're all water. I tell you, you only really have to water it like only a little bit, maybe like once a week, because that aloe is all water. Just make sure it gets lots of sun. It loves sun. It's contrary to how you're supposed to position the altar, being like heavily in the sun, but those aloe plants love sun. So, marine tomatoes. How do you spell it in the Spanish? Tomates, Tomates, marinos, Marino. Tomates marinos. I'm pretty sure that's the name of what they are. It's going to be hard to find them online, to tell you the truth. These are like really old school. But it has something to do with Adam and Eve being the plus and the minus on the actual little balls. One floats, one sinks. The lady at the flea market explained it to me. She said it's an old practice. Can Santa Muerte protect from mean coworkers and bosses? Of course. Deep thoughts, of course. That's like one of the first things that people ask her for besides love stuff. Yes, Miss Mayhem, tomates marinos. Water 3/4 the earth. The body is 3/4 water too. We're born in water. Absolutely. Lemons. Yep, lemons. What if she talks to me in my dreams and that dream ends up happening? Happens a lot, and I know it's her. Let me try to not sacrifice your name here. Nataliwa? I hope I said that right. Well, then that just means you have prophetic dreams. Consider yourself lucky. Or blessing and curse. I don't know. But now you know, at least, that it happens. You probably have like really strong willpower, which is like the core basis of any kind of work that you're putting forth, is the willpower. You have to have the willpower and the imagination to make something manifest. So consider yourself like very strong in that suit. They sell the tomates marinos on eBay. Oh, good, Celia, good. I'm glad. Tell everybody. Yes, tell everybody. They sell them on eBay, guys. Balmas, its name? Yeah. Wanda, it's just called Balmas. That's what they call it, Balmas. I have some on my shop. Shameless self-promotion. I have 3 of them on my shop. I have a huge one this big. 2 huge ones. And then that little guy that you saw right here. This is the little one. I have bigger ones. Thumbs ups, everyone. What's the name again? Balmas. Yeah, Balmas. What's the plant name again? Albert. Plant name. Balmas. Tomates marinos. Aloe. ALOE. I think that's all I mentioned. Air plant, yeah. Or aloe, yeah. Yeah, caught alive. Listen, will not matter who it is, your boss worker said her. If you do it from your heart, for real, she will help you. Exactly. Each color statue denotes a different effect. Wanda, yes. Wanda, if you're at all familiar with planetary energies, black is going to be kind of like Saturn. Red is going to be kind of like Venus. And white is going to be kind of like the moon, if you're at all familiar with that stuff. If not, black is going to be like raw, like hardcore, like impersonal. Not so much like warrior, but yeah, warrior at the same time. It's like the brute, raw, carnal force of existence. The red is going to be all material matters. The red is going to be money. It's going to be love. It's going to be justice. Last I checked. Red is going to be all the things that you attain in this material life. White is like the more heavenly. Health, peace, joy, nurturing, motherhood, that sort of thing. Elevation, spiritual elevation, that sort of thing. So those are the three main ones. Gold, of course, is like money. Orange. See, because a lot of these in-between colors get lost, like, because they mean one thing in Mexico and they mean another thing in the United States. The one that gets confused the most that I was having trouble with actually today is blue. Blue in I believe in this book, I'm going to show you these in a second. I believe blue in this book was meant to represent wisdom, but a lot of people in Mexico use it for law. Last I was told. Copper, I believe, was used for exorcisms in this book. But copper, silver, and gold, money. Why? Because that's the color of money. Pink, like flirty love, relationships. Brown, I believe in this book, was used for, like, I think once again, like exorcisms. I don't know. You can find the meanings online. They're super easy to find online. But the three main colors are red, white, and black. Won't having different colors on your altar affect the one energy you're really looking for? George, that's a really good question. Wow, that was deep, dude. Because I think that I know that it's all just kind of like one energy. It doesn't really affect what I'm trying to accomplish. I personally hone in on what it is that I'm trying to do. And I'm at the point right now where I don't need to necessarily like include a color to petition for me. It helps because it helps me focus. But speaking for other people, yeah, it's a really good question, dude. Maybe it would. I don't know. That's a good question. That's one. I'm going to think about that one. That's an awesome, insightful question. Pray for my daughter who is in foster care. Brett, we will. Don't worry, we will. I know some people recommend having a mirror and silver ring as well as an obsidian mirror and hematite ring. Do you use this or have you heard of it? The silver ring is meant to be on for life. Interesting. I haven't heard that. I've heard of the mirror. The mirror amplifies and attracts. And the silver ring I haven't heard of. The obsidian, yes. The obsidian is old school Aztec stuff. That's like native. They use the obsidian for scrying. They use the obsidian as sort of kind of like representative of the other side of seeing the spirit world. That's what obsidian was used for. It's also used for weapons. It was used for jewelry. All kinds of cool stuff. So I can see the obsidian. Hematite, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. It's in a lot of the books, but obsidian for sure. Should I put a statue in my window for protection? Bambina, I don't see why not. Just be careful, because some people might see it and try to break it or something. My boyfriend used oranges and 7 goats cologne in a bath while he had the flu. Took the flu away. Amanda, that's awesome. Siete machos. Yeah, this one. This one. 7 goats. Or macho also means kind of like male, like the male gender. But it can also mean the goats. Let me try to focus. Can you see it, guys? Nope. Anyway, it's called Siete Machos. Did you guys know this was made in Mexico? That's awesome. I'm so proud of that. Anyway, yeah. This is like one of the most common colognes or perfumes, whatever you want to call it. Here it is called a cologne. One of the most common colognes you can use here. Okay, so let's see. Good to see you. Hi, Hopi. Thanks, Boricua. Yeah, thanks, Boricua. I love watching all your tutorials and videos. I've learned so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. You guys are going to give me a big head. Stop it. Super cool. The deltas love the elephant too with the tusks up. Yeah, tusks up. Yep. Good luck. Thanks, Brett. Stop it. I was wondering, your husband create metal items. Would he be able to create daggers or small ceremonial blades or swords? Let me see. I can answer that question right now. Where is it? Like this one? He made this one. I've used it. That's why it's all dirty. This is wrapped in, what's this stuff right here?
Leather?
No, it's not leather. It's that suede stuff that you use for your necklace. It's leather?
Yes.
Anyway, this right here is deer bone. He carved it. This was a blade that he carved himself. And that's wood. The whole handle is wood and wrapped. I have another one in the bedroom, but I don't want to leave the video for too long. It's freaking awesome. You know what? I'm going to go get it anyway. Hold on. So, to answer your question, yes. Look. Check this out. This is deer hide. This is deer hide right here. This is copper. Surrounded by copper. See? That's a double-edged blade. You made this, right? This is a double-edged blade that he made. And this is wood. He put the nails and everything. Handmade, guys. Handmade. He likes metal. He's a Sagittarius. So yeah, he does. He does make custom stuff. As well as the pendants. Thank you, Luna. Of course for a fee. Well, the stuff costs stuff. I'll keep you in. Yeah, definitely. Thank you. Hi. Hi, guys. I felt like she doesn't require me to get her a statue, but if I want to show her she is more important to me than, say, a tarot deck, I should get one next payday. Hey, Estelle, that's entirely up to you. If you feel it, go for it. I've kept green apples on mine for about 2 months, still good, but I replaced them just because I felt like it was too long. I've done that too. But it's apparently green and red and yellow all stand for different things, according to some people. Hey, guys. Hey, guys. I think Santa Muerte loves all things that are luxurious and beautiful, especially if they're a challenge to attain. A stolen rose from McDonald's parking lot. Okay, vegan dolls, you did not just say that. Don't steal stuff. You didn't just say that. I won't judge you. Red apples still fresh after 3.5 months. Yep. Sounds about right. How can I get to know La Santa Muerte? She has come to me in aid, but I never knew who she was and still wanting to get to know her. She even gave me a gift. Silver Moon Song. I got like 70 videos if you want to go check them out. There's a lot to learn. I mean, it's just as simple as like a simple conversation. There's a lot to go over. There's a lot of history. There's a lot of methods. There's a lot of info. But basically she's a saint of the people. The people deemed her a saint. It was a folk saint, if you want to call it that. Which is what it is. Yep, Britt. Thank you, guys. Can you explain the meaning of each colors in the shortest way possible? I think you're better off Googling it. Yeah, I think, because I'm still catching up on the questions, guys. I know these are already, like, you've already asked them and already received the answer, but yeah, each color it's just for different things that you want in life, basically. I have not been able to get my hands on a white statue of Santa Muerte, but I found a gold one. Would that work to start on an altar for her? Rolando, that's up to you. If you want to get a gold one, get a gold one.
We saw.
Yeah, I have a white one. Do you want to see it? I want to tell you something though. It broke. But he put it back together. See? Really sad. Makes me sad. Because I'm just going to say this. Somebody allowed this to happen. Wasn't me. But he managed to put it back together. Beautiful statue, isn't it? Aren't the seeds awesome? The seeds in the statue represent abundance, prosperity, fertility. They represent all of the things in life that you want to bring to you. And it's got the Cruz de Caravaca, the quadruple armed cross, which was very prevalent in with this practice. The owl. It's got little horseshoes for luck and you know, all the coins. Does it have the peony seeds?
Yes.
Yeah, it has the peony seeds too. Peony seeds, the red and the black seeds, are used for protection. So this little girl doesn't have a home. Makes me sad. But if you want her, let me know. We'll work out a deal because she's broken. But yeah, it makes me sad because it's just sitting there. It doesn't belong to me. It belongs to somebody else. Meaning that she wants a home. You know, I already have my white one. So yeah. I was pissed. I was pissed when that was broken. Freaking pissed, man. Like you have no idea. Anyway. So yeah, we got a white one here if you want it. If you want to shop around, it's totally cool. But it is broken. It has been mended back together. You know, in a box with good wrapping and everything like that. Should be fine, but it is kind of weak around the edges because it was broken. But it should be fine. My boyfriend has only hexed one time, but a lot of the time when he does his tarot, she rarely wants to hex, just more healing. So that's what he does. Yeah, Amanda. She doesn't want anything bad for anybody. Like, not in my experience. It's not like you're just sitting around the altar like, I'm going to do this and this and this bad to this person. It's quite the contrary because the whole point is to enjoy your life. The whole point is to, you know, live it to the fullest potential. And you can't do that when you're constantly hating people, you know. So do you know if there is any guided meditations? Amanda, I've actually seen some. I don't know how well they work, but I have seen some. Smokey, your thoughts on Jesus Malverde? Smokey, I can't tell you. I don't know much about him. I'm not going to sit here and say that I do because I don't. I haven't really studied much about him. I know he's the shit, but I don't know much about him. My stepson's friend complimented her, and then a few days later, he was killed. No, wait, complimented her. And then a few days later, he was killed in a very bizarre accident. I wonder if she was upset. I don't want to offend. Oh my God. But wait, how would complimenting her get you killed? I'm assuming that you're saying that he said something negative? I don't know if that's how it works. I can't say that I know for sure because we're not ever definite on the spirit world. You know, we can't sit here and say for sure this is what it is on the other side because we don't know. But I don't know if that would... I've never seen it like that. I've never seen it work like that. I don't know. Maybe there were some other elements afoot, Christy. Maybe there were some other things going on that nobody knew about. Maybe. So I'm new to this, and yesterday I think I had some kind of vision, but I'm not sure because I don't have any experience with visions. How are they supposed to feel? Am I supposed to feel like I am there? Like I am there? A vision. A vision varies from person to person. You can have it during meditation. You can have it when you're just kind of going about your day. What sucks, sometimes you can have it when you're driving. It'll just be like a movie that'll pop in your head out of nowhere. An unwarranted thought that you know for a fact is not yours. It'll be like a movie will play out and you're like, why is this happening? That's kind of what it's like. I get them all the time. What does it mean when you keep seeing her in your third eye during meditation? I had a dream about her about a month. I don't pray to her or look to her. She is choosing me to work with. I'd say so, Marlon. There might be something that you need to do, or something that may be about to happen, or something that happened in the past that is attracting her. It's not always bad. Sometimes it's like therapy. You know, you get over your old fears and anxieties. But yeah, it's not always a bad thing. So just keep your eyes out. Brett, that's right. Do you ever see your statue's expression and get totally spooked? Yeah. Yes. Yes, there was one time, the black one, this big one. I even showed my husband a picture because I feel like I got it on the picture. But the face got completely clouded and it looked like it was going like this. And I was in the middle of getting a scolding, is why. And it was just like this. And you could just feel heat, total heat in the vicinity. It felt like I was standing in front of a fire while that was happening. Like that. So yeah, it happens. And with the white one, that happens sometimes, but it's always like laughing, like smiling. So I'll just look at the white one sometimes and I'll just start cracking up. Usually when he's at work. So yeah. My daughter is 5 and is very inquisitive and wants Santa Maria to be her friend and says she wants her own Santa and she wants to know so much. I don't know how to address this. Yolanda, people do it all the time. Yolanda, people do it all the time. If your kid wants to know, of course it's up to you as a parent. But I can tell you she loves kids. I know that for a fact. And not like loves them in a bad way. Loves them in a good way. Once again, using this metaphor, like a grandma wants nothing but good things to live a good life, you know. So protection mainly, keeping them safe while they're dreaming, keeping them safe during the day. I can see how it looks like a bad thing because of the whole imagery and the associations, but in my experience, it's been nothing but good. And I know that I'm gonna be coming off as biased, but you can ask anybody else. It's not a bad thing. Matter of fact, I mean, logically speaking, you know, your child might be inquisitive because it looks weird. You know, like it looks scary or it looks interesting. So maybe once they get a closer understanding, they'll be like, meh. You know what I mean? They'll just kind of drop it. Like, okay, well, now I know. Meh. You know? So I don't see any harm, but I leave that up to you. You know, that's totally up to you. But nothing bad will happen. When I read tarot, I know she's... Yeah. When I read tarot, I know she's there because I get the death card a lot. Ah, Nico. That can mean so many things. Your life is definitely up for change. Okay. How do you keep track of your promises? Do you write them down alongside your requests? When it's if you do this, I'll give you this type of thing. Hey, spinning dancer, if that's what you want to do, sometimes that's what I have to do because I forget. Write them down then. Write them down on like a little piece of square piece of paper or parchment. Even cooler. Write it on parchment. Yeah. And write down what it is that you want. That's one way to keep track. You want to write them on a notebook. I promise this on this certain day. Have to deliver by this day. Kind of like when you're taking out a loan. You know? Ain't no harm in writing down that stuff. Write down as much as you want. As a matter of fact, write down all your experiences. But how do I keep track? I don't really ask for much. Because when I forget. Exactly like you said. And then here comes the reminders. I have a special mamacita tree at the cemetery where I place money, candy, gifts, etc. inside the hollow tree. I place a cup of café chapurrado on the tree with food and thank her. That's awesome. That's really cool because you're giving it back to nature and stuff. How do I petition La Nina living with family and they will find offerings? So I have nothing to work with. How do I work with her? And you can always take it outside, like previous comment said, by a tree in a cemetery. Some people are now giving to charities. I don't know. That seems kind of like left field, but you can give it back outside, like the previous commenter said. Like I don't know how far a cemetery is from where you live, but I mean that's how some people do it. I know it's hard, it's difficult. But more important than anything is you're giving your attention, your time, your honesty, and your affection. I know that sounds lame, but
I forgot
it matters. Hey, what's up?
Come here.
It's all right. They see him on videos all the time. So yeah, Michael, that's the best that I would be able to tell you is just take it outdoors. Smokey, how does she punish you? Whoo! Well, in my experience, physical sickness. Bad dreams. Altar items broken. Things not coming to fruition. Like there's a block. Anger. I'll get angry for no reason. That's about it. In my experience. That's been my experience. Fortunately, it hasn't been too bad. So yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate that. What's considered bad things to her? I don't know, Wanda. How do you mean? Because I'm behind on the comments. I'm not sure what you mean. Bad things. Well, I can tell you this. Ask permission before putting any other spirits on the altar. Because more times than most, especially if they're from different traditions, she's not going to like it. It's like, this is my space, keep it my space. I know that's not approved of. Taking things off the altar and like if you take food items and eat them, that's frowned upon. You, yeah, you know, you're being like an Indian giver. As racist as that sounds, but I can say it because I'm Native. Being like an Indian giver. Huh?
Native what?
Native American. Being like an Indian giver, like you give it and then you take it away. Like she doesn't like that. Doesn't like you talking shit. I know that much. Doesn't like you being indecisive. Like flippy floppy. I'm going to work with her, then I'm not. Then I am, then I'm not. Then I am, then I'm not. It's like, dude, make up your mind. I feel like a side chick here, you know? So I know she doesn't like those things. That's all I can think of off the top of my head. It would have to be like a case-by-case type of scenario. And either while I'm at the cemetery taking my gifts of thanks, I always see a hawk or hawks. And I get a little windy even on the hot days, but only with the trees where I'm standing. You know what? Hopi, I see a lot of hawks too. But then again, I live right by a park. So, hey Janelle, do you think the mini statue that I have will mind if I give her beer? I don't have any. Dude, I give beer all the time. Tony, I give beer all the time. It's not the favorite, but it's better than nothing. But regular beer, doesn't like this one. But give it. You know, if she doesn't like it, she'll let you know. Sometimes, or also always, I read in the mind of my Santa, there is a feeling. Yeah? What do you think about the practice growing more as in it's getting popular in society. Bora, it's just going to get bigger. And you know what? It's just going to become diluted. It's not going to be what it was originally. And I have mixed emotions about that. Part of me thinks that that's a good thing. Part of me thinks that's a bad thing. Because I don't want to lose all that they built up. I don't want to lose all that they tried to teach us through these practices. But I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to go from like all of the teachings in the Eastern world. Now they're all being taught at, like yoga. Now that's like some pretty serious, hardcore philosophy and practice right there. And then we took it and we added goats, or we added hot yoga. It's like, that's not what they intended. That's not the way it was originally. You're missing the point. And I feel like that's what's going to happen. But what can we do? Like, that's why I'm here I'm not trying to dilute it. I'm trying to spread my experiences and what I've heard from traditional devotees. This thing started pretty dark. Not dark like bad, but this thing started in the depths of secrethood, And look at it now. It's being sold on Llewellyn.com. No offense to Llewellyn. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's getting very washed out. It's getting very diluted. And that's why a lot of the people in that culture are afraid. That's what they're afraid of. They're afraid of it being monetized. They're afraid of it being, what's the word I'm looking for? What's that word that everybody uses? Like culture vultures. Appropriated. They're afraid of it being appropriated. I don't know. So we'll see what happens. I always have a question for my lady, and guess what? When I go into my YouTube, you pop up answering the question. That's awesome. We're all on the same email. We're all reading the same email. Can she help me lose weight? Oh my God, Smokey. Yes. Yes. I'm telling you that right now. Yes. But you have to do your end. You have to do your end. I know you have a couple of videos on it, but I'm having a hard time connecting with her or her accepting me. It honestly feels like I've literally tried everything and nothing it seems to work. Advice. Robert, depends on how long you've been trying. What have you been doing? And how have you been trying? And sometimes maybe you get signs that you don't even realize that you're getting. Like, you ignore them, I would say if it's been less than a month or so, just keep it up. Once again, as mentioned in previous videos, sometimes it's a good thing when she doesn't come to you, because it means that you're actually like okay in life. It means like you're doing all right and you don't really need intervention from death. If you want to word it that way, you're doing okay. So I wouldn't really see it as a bad thing. Everybody wants to fall in love with the image, but a lot of work comes along with it. Believe me, a lot of work comes with it. A lot of money comes with it, a lot of time and effort. So if she doesn't come in like 2 months, 3 months, it's okay. Just maybe petition somebody else. You can circle around and come back to it later. I know that sounds like, well, you suck, because you have this, but yeah, but a lot went into it to get to this point. And believe me, you don't want to go through those things. You don't want to go through those traumas that a lot of us have gone through to get that in your life. And believe me, there are plenty of other underworld and death deities that you can petition. Believe me, this is just one of many. Shh, I didn't say that. Can you help me with Bright Dia curse? Oh, Brujeria curse. Brujeria curse? Steven, I'm not really good at them. Okay, you're gonna go get more? Okay. Steven, I'm not good. I'm not good at it. Because I know what's involved. I know kind of sort of what to do, but I've never actually done it because I haven't been called to do it yet. So I want to help you, but I can't. I don't know how. You know, I've only been doing this since 2016, so I want to help, but I don't know how. If you know even just the slightest of Spanish, you can look up hechizos or mal hechizos on YouTube, and they'll show you how to do it. You know, like hechizos is spelled HECHIZOS. If you look that up, there'll be a ton for you to gander at and just take your pick. But I personally, I don't know. I mean, it's not that I don't know, it's just I've never actually felt called to do it because I've kind of, for the most part, been lucky, protected to where I didn't need to do it. But my first thought would be do a reversal candle. So whatever they sent to you, you're sending it right back to them. Just do a reversal. And if that doesn't work, then get into the darker stuff if you want. It's all good, Brett. It's all good. Damn it, Janet. I love that. Oh, it's all good, guys. My stepson's friend saw her on my table and complimented her. Then a few days later, he died. That is so weird, Christy. I have never heard of that. And I'm sorry that that happened. Really, truly. That's harsh right there. And I don't know. There had to be other reasons. There had to be something else going on. Because you pay her a compliment, and that's quite the opposite. Unless, I mean, I'm not going to say unless, but if you pay her a compliment and you're being facetious, but that's not a reason that she would take somebody. You know, and another thing, she doesn't take somebody. It's somebody's time to go. And she chauffeurs them to the other side. Like, that's my opinion. Like, she's a chauffeur. She's not like the actual death of the person. I mean, that sounds confusing, but that's just what I've been told. I am a strong devotee. I have Mamacita tattooed on my right shoulder. I wear her rosary and pray to her and thank her for everything she is, and she has the best part of my life. That's awesome. I'm glad to read that. The apple offering I gave her, I felt the urge to be pushed to eat it and replace it with another. Is that wrong? Yolanda, if you guys came to an understanding, okay. But I wouldn't eat stuff put on her altar. Me personally, I wouldn't. Like smoking a cigarette that you put on her altar, fine, because obviously she can't smoke it herself. You know? But just for future reference, probably don't do that anymore. I don't want you to get sick. Can you please do a room tour? There's not much. It's just this. Woohoo! It's just this right here. Let me see. It's that right there. And I have a few little guys down here, little girls down here. I hope my phone doesn't fall out. There's a banner. Do you see it? The whatchamacallit? Oh, my phone's at 15%. I gotta go soon, guys. It's like a skeleton with rainbow on one end and like smoke on the other end. And then I have pictures on top of it. You see the aloe hanging right there? See how it's kind of curling up a little bit? Mm-hmm. Jealous mofos out there. Jealous mofos. I did that painting right there. And then there's the black and purple one right there with the constellation globe. That was a bitch to do, guys. Oh my god. Some apples, candle. That's it, guys. That's my space right there. That's it. Just this corner right here. Ooh, are you guys getting dizzy? That's where I keep my stuff, my tools. And that's about it. You know? Well, my phone's about to die. So let me answer a few more questions and then I gotta go, and I will do my best to answer the rest of the questions later. Let me see. What is the bone color for? Bone color is kind of like white. Simple as that. It's kind of like white. Can I put Virgen de Guadalupe? Ask first. That's all I'm going to say. Ask first. In the altars of the old days, they had all kinds of saints and then a little tiny little Santa Muerte. But since she's grown, she wants more. So ask first. That's all I can tell you. If her statues were more human-like, she would be considered a saint. Just because she's skeleton doesn't mean she's bad. Exactly. Hey, Sandy, underneath, we're all skeletons, right? That's how I see it. Can she help you if you sell drugs in your city? Smokey, I can't say no. I think she does it all the time. I don't know if she'll help you. She might bring clients to you. She might keep you safe. Because the truth is, look, guys, before you pass judgment on people that are selling drugs in Mexico and stuff like that, they do what they have to do to survive. I mean, they're not living in the same kind of country that we live here in the United States. And even in the United States, there are poor people. There are people living on the street. And those people have to do what they have to do to survive. So in Mexico, they're doing what they have to do to live to the next day. So a lot of it is violent. And there is a lot of bloodshed. And that's why they involve her. Because they literally do not know if they are going to live to the next day. And they would rather have to do that than something else. Starve. You know? So you have to know how things operate in a lot of those places. You know? So I'm... Smokey, can she help you? Probably. Probably. That may be frowned upon by a lot of us, but once again, they're doing what they have to do to survive. And I'm not condoning it. I'm just telling you how it is. Hi guys that are coming in. I'm about to take off here in the next couple of minutes. Quick question. I know that owl is a big part of her. And 1 month ago, I had one dead outside my back door during the day. I know they only come out in the night. Ooh, not sure what that has to do with. Ooh. Oh, hold on, let me. Maria? That's weird. You totally should have collected like its feet. And did you collect its feathers? Because that would have been cool. Maybe that was the purpose, is to collect all of the, you know, the feathers and to collect the feet and stuff and put it on the altar. Maybe that was the purpose. Who knows? But yeah, just be very careful, because you're right. They are nocturnal animals, and if it died out in the day, I don't know, can birds get rabies? It must have been sick, you know? It must have been starving. It must have been sick. But I totally would have taken advantage of taking its feathers. It's like it died anyway. Yeah, I would probably be a little freaked out by that, Maria. But I don't know. Maybe I would have taken it as a sign too. What kind of owl was it? Was it a white barn owl? Because traditionally, that's the owl that's associated with brujas in Mexico. The white barn owl is associated with witches in Mexico. But a lot of times, the owl that you see here is the horned owl. The horned owl is traditionally associated in Europe with wisdom. But in Mexico, it's a death omen. Right? Isn't that weird how contradictory it is? But when I see an owl, I think of it as a good sign. I think of it as you're on the right path. That's how I see it. But that's just me. Let me see here. I want to start a relationship with her, but I have no money, nothing to get her. I don't know what to do, but I'm very interested. Tiffany, just pay attention to her. Just learn about her. Start with that. Just learn about her first. Do all the learning. Excuse me. Do all the learning you can. Okay? Slow. You guys don't rush into this. Go slow. There's plenty of time. Take your time. My first vision of her, she was dressed as a nun. I would see that as a Christian believer. Sandy, I saw that too. That's the whole basis behind this painting right here. I saw it in the nun habit with flowers around the crown. Isn't that weird? See what I'm talking about? The mass email. So, yeah, I saw that too. Do you still work with Hecate? If so, how do you know Santa Muerte doesn't mind? Oh, she minds, Angel. She minds. I just do it separate. And it's only during the dark moon, which is what, tonight? Did I miss it already?
I think so.
I missed it already. Well, it's normally during the dark moon, and that's it. And she doesn't care if it's anything more than that. She's cool with it. So yeah. Thanks guys. Would she protect you if you try to rob other drug dealers? Smokey, the questions you come up with, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. I wish I could tell you yes or no, but I don't know, man. The thing is that this is probably what you're asking is totally a common occurrence, but I don't know.
What is if that drug dealer has her too?
Right? It'd be like devotee versus devotee. I don't know, dude. At that point, I think it's whoever is the better, more knowledgeable practitioner. But yeah, I couldn't say for sure. What does the owl symbol mean to demons? There is a demon association with the owl. I don't have it out here. I have a little prayer card. I forgot the name of the damn demon. But there is a demon that's supposed to look like an owl. It's an old Goetic demon. Look it up. Goetic owl demon. You'll find it. You'll find it. How do you see Santa Muerte? Do you see her as some type of thought form that was created by people believing in her? Like as a personification of death to make it more tangible? Lil Miss Rasta? Matter of fact, yes. Not a lot of people are going to like me for admitting that, but yes. I think she's a relatively new thought form created into something bigger. I personally, and from the messages that I've gotten, don't put stock into the fact that she's Mictecacigual, which is the Aztec goddess of death. I don't believe that. I don't put stock into it. That's me. I believe she's as new as maybe the colonization. And I've done divination on this, and I've had dreams about this, and I've gotten invasive thoughts confirming that she's a new concept. She's a new thought form created by the people out of desperation. So yes, I do put stock into that. That's how I see her. She and I are cool with that. Now, that's not to say that I don't have appreciation for the people that believe that she's older than that. That's fine. That's cool. That's you, not me. So yes, that's 100% where I sit with it. I know it's not very well liked, but that's where I sit with it. So Lil Miss Rasta, you nailed it. Hello, I'm just here listening. Miss Sin City, thank you for being honest. People judge me because I have her tatted up on my back left shoulder, but I don't care. I always show her off. I love her. Me too, Maria. Me too. Right here. But I have blue. I don't even know why the hell I got blue. Good content. I just made and discreet mint tin pocket altar. Discreet and works when you need it. Yes! Yes, yes, yes. Let me show you. Let me show you real quick before my phone dies. Hold on, hold on. Yes. My friend makes these. Look, look. It's a pocket altar. I hope you guys can see it. This is from La Blanca. He spends so much time and, oh, they smell so good. It's the eucalyptus. He makes these, guys. He's on Instagram. Thank you. Oh my God, that's so much better. Thank you. He makes these, look at all the herbs, and he puts so much work into them. And they're meant to be discreet. God, my shameless promotion, right? He's awesome, dude. Like, yeah, there's plenty of people that make these, but oh, these are so cool. He makes them custom. You see the little key? And you can take it with you wherever you go. Put it in your car, put it in your purse, whatever. On Instagram, oh my god, he's gonna kill me because I don't have his name memorized on Instagram. I just know him by his first name, but I don't think he wants me to say his first name. LV13, but in Roman numerals. LV 10 LVX111 on Instagram. Look him up, guys. He makes these little custom altars. They're so awesome. I believe today he's doing an auction on one. They're so good. They smell so good. This one smells like an old library. Oh, they're plugging in my phone. Okay.
They?
They, you and the spirits.
I am they?
Yes. Thank you.
I don't know if I've just got the,
Well, great. Now I don't have an excuse to go and get drunk.
I just get promoted or demoted.
Anyway, yeah, the little mini altars. Exactly. There's a full human body statue of Santa Muerte, but the devotees don't like the statue because it doesn't represent the skeleton form of her, and because they say it looks trans. Oh, Tony, I know which one you're talking about. That guy Romero made it, right? What's his name, Romero? I forgot his first name. But yeah, he made like a human form. She's like pale. Yeah. She's pale. Yeah. She's pale and she has dark hair and dark eyebrows. Yeah, so she's not well liked by most people, but they have made one that looks human. You can find the statue on Google, yeah. I feel like we are making eye contact. So it's okay to work with Santa Muerte and other gods and goddesses. Yes, Alvaro, but separate. It says low battery. Hold on. And inside, it's overheating anyways. It's all right. Yeah, it's all right. It's gonna die here. Let me see. 9%. I got 9%. How do you invoke her? Dopes? Invoke. Invoke versus evoke. I forgot the difference. Invoke is to come in. Evoke is to bring forward, I think. Just call her, guys. Just call her and ask her to give you a dream, and she'll likely go and talk to you. It's as easy as just calling her. Thank you, guys. I had a dream where I walked into a huge church with nothing but Santa Muerte statues. Oh, that's awesome. Everywhere, all different colors, but they were all tall ones. There's a red one that stood out to me. JV. Basilica, the Santa Muerte Basilica has exactly that. Nothing but big ones. It's a real place. I think it's in Los Angeles. You'd love it. You'd love it. Go check it out online. I know that everything I think and ask for, she gives me, or it does for me. I always sense, feel her near me, no matter what, where I may be. I always set up a little altar for her. Oh, that's good. Hey guys, would it be best to get one of each color or one statue with all colors? So Lolita, that's entirely up to you. I would actually just start with one. One that calls to you the most. Dude, you guys didn't tell me I have orange face. Look at the difference here. Should have told me something. Just get one, Lolita. Just get one for now. I need the part 2 of that book you have. Oh, let me show you the books before my phone dies. Hold on. And the questions that I haven't answered, I will get to you. Don't worry. Okay, this one, I recommend it because it's user-friendly. Some people don't like it. I liked it. Take everything with a grain of salt, though. I mean, she was a great writer. Sofia de Gregorio. But part 1, mainly. The grimoire, the first one. Not part 2 is all right. Is good. But this one, if you want to read some stuff in English. Okay? Now, this is the guy that I learned a good majority from. His book is Santa Muerte Rituals. You can get it on Amazon. Dr. Lazarus Corbeau. I think I'm saying that right. Santa Muerte Rituals. This was given to me and I greatly appreciate it. Has a lot of spells and baths and prayers and stuff. See, like to make two people fight. Okay. Here's volume 2 of the first one. If you want to get it. Oh. Because you plugged it in?
No, it's been plugged in.
It just lit up right now. Okay. Okay. And you can go on eBay and find these, but guys, you need to know Spanish. And if you don't know Spanish, use Google Translate. Santa Muerte magazines. Yee-hee. Yes, guys, they put out magazines. There's a ton of them. Look. They're all in Spanish. But they go over dreams. And they go over ritual. And they go over different altars. So you can see the variations that people have created with their altars. You can see what they've done in the past. These were from 2009, I believe. You know? And they go over what the different statues mean. So you can tell I'm buzzed. I'm getting like too into this. Like this one, for example, the one with the hands holding it, they go over in their explanation of what they consider it to mean, you know? So there's all these magazines. You see? So just go online, guys. The information is there. Look at this. Look at this. I got these on eBay. Well, don't steal them all from me though, because I want some too. See, like they go over what this statue in particular means. You see with the snake? How many of you guys have seen the one with the snake? I haven't. Look at this one with the fire. I've never seen that one. It goes over what it means. You see? I've never seen this one before either. You see? Look at this one. What is it? Look at that. Okay? So yeah, go on eBay and you'll find those. Let me see here. Let me see. I need part 2 of that book. What color do you recommend if you sell drugs and risk your life and freedom every day? Black. Smoky, black. Definitely. Trying to start a business. Well, sometimes they have to. I'm trying to start a personal business selling only Santa Muerte jewelry and merchandise. Can you tell me if it will be a success and if Santa Muerte approves me doing so? Hopi, that's entirely up to you guys. That's entirely up to you and her. Why don't you do divination on it though? Ask a tarot reader what they think, how it'll go. Okay, 10%. I keep saying low battery, but it's about to die. I feel the same way. They say you can't mix witchcraft or santeria with La Flaquita. What is your outtake on this? You think it's possible? Alexa, witchcraft? Yes. Santeria? No. And the reason why is because conflicting energies. In Santeria, you're involving African elemental deities and just depending on how you approach it, also other saints that are conflated with African deities. It's not that they're cultural. It's that you're taking all the attention away from her. That's all it boils down to. Don't mix them. You can keep them separate. Just don't mix them. It's a sign of disrespect if you mix them. So, I speak from experience. Yeah, Siete Machos is awesome. I'm so behind on the comments, guys. Hold on. My silver ring on my middle finger with a black stone on it, similar to hematite. Yes, it won't come off. I've tried all week using coconut oil even. I even made the comment afterward. It's on for life. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Days, Rod, go to a doctor.
Floss.
Get it? Floss.
False.
Go on Google and look up the floss method to remove your ring. Because that's not good. I mean, you want the ring to come off eventually. So you can mix Santeria and Santa Muerte together because she is not for that practice. Exactly. It's just that you're giving attention to other things and not her. That's what it boils down to. My mother warned me not to use her. I didn't listen. When I did, I noticed a beetle type of bug on her. I got scared and put her outside. Well, I mean, if you have offerings around the altar, if you have an altar and you have food, you're gonna attract bugs. People get freaked out because, like, this shot glass I have right here, earlier today it had bugs in it. It's gonna happen. They're attracted to the smell. It's not like a bad omen or nothing like that. Just don't freak out too much. You know, it's natural things like that are gonna happen. Part about this is there is no negativity. I know, right, Brett? Isn't that awesome? Don't jinx it, Brett. I'd buy one of those blades, especially if it's handmade like that. Oh, JV, dude, you just let me know. You message me after this and you let me know if you want one. He will totally custom make one for you. And for Sweet, what did you do with her? That's dope. How much does your husband charge for a custom dagger with Santa Muerte? Face engraved on it. Hopi, I don't know about face engraved in it. I don't think he's to that point yet. I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't think he's comfortable carving the face in it. That would be so cool, though.
I can do it.
He just said, I can do it. It might take a few attempts, but he just said he can do it. So message me after if you're interested. Because there's nothing, I don't know. I'm not, and I didn't come on this video to, like, you know, promote his stuff or nothing like that. I came to promote mine. But no. But there's nothing like your own. Like, this is your own. Nobody else is going to have it. And it's made of natural items. Like, this is wood. This is deer skin. You know, and I noticed that she doesn't really like deer skulls or boar skulls. But that's just me. So anyway. Yeah. Message me. Let me know. Message me. Let me know. How do you keep her happy and fed every day? I don't know, Smokey. You make sure all this stuff is on the altar or that's kept up. You know, you make sure that the tequila is topped off. You make sure the water's topped off. You make sure that the food is not looking like crap. You just keep it up like you would anybody else. You know what I mean? Like, you just common sense. Keep an eye on it. That's the whole point, is you're keeping an eye on it. I have a Santa Muerte Oracle Tarot deck in it, and it's a Ouija board on the deck, on the back of the cards. Interesting. Sebastian, I can't read your text. I'm sorry. I get so confused when I do divination. I have no idea if it's messing, or if the answers I'm getting are truly her. MJ, that's hard to decipher. Usually, you'll feel a presence that doesn't feel like your own if you're doing divination. But you know what the truth is? More times than most, I'm going to be honest with you. Divination is like a bunch of fortune cookies. It's giving you the best advice that you could get for the moment, but it's not set in stone. It's giving you advice. A lot of people think that divination in all its forms is a set in stone type of thing. It's not. If you take the path you're taking, this is what's going to happen. It's like a pattern. If you do it like this is likely what's going to happen. It's not like, this is what's going to happen and that's it. You can't change it. No. You always have free will to change your mind and change your path. That's why divination is just advice. So that's why I said just do some divination, get some good advice and go from there. But ultimately it's entirely up to you. I was asking for help against the police, but I was doing a binding spell with her. Should I not use her when doing a spell? Jennifer, people use her against the police all the time. I don't see anything wrong with it. Do it. I mean, it's common practice. You showed up in my dreams last night, buddy. Yeah, Jonathan, she does that. Shows up in dreams. How do I connect with her? Smokey. By talking about her, you're connecting with her. It's that easy. Like attracts like. And the death card keeps coming up in the same position in my Santa Muerte deck. What do you think that means? Rogu? Did I pronounce that right? Massive change. Total and utter, like 180. That's usually what the death card means in the traditional sense. No, actually in the traditional sense, death meant death. But nowadays with the light and fluffies, death means like major change. Like 180. Or, in this case, it could mean her. Today's a holiday in Russia. Defender of the Fatherland Day. Nice, Sebastian. Nice. Smokey, if you're not working with her yet, you need to ask her for permission to see if she is willing to work with you. Yeah, that's not bad advice. Definitely. Where are some online places that I can go to buy supplies, especially statues? That knife is beautiful. Are those for purchase? Leo, yeah. He'll make you one if you want one. Absolutely. Just let me know. Online for purchase. Ooh, guys, you can go anywhere. You can go Amazon. You can go to eBay. They even sell them on the Walmart website. I mean, I sell some. There's plenty of people on Instagram that sell some. I'm not gonna gatekeep this. I mean, I would love to gatekeep this, but I'm not going to. There are plenty of people that sell stuff on Instagram. I've seen a lot. Just do hashtag Santa Muerte and you'll see a ton of sellers of Santa Muerte stuff. I have a friend that sells some too. Besides the mini altars, I have a friend, Arte Obscura on Etsy sells some too. If you want to go check his place out. He's gonna get mad because I said that. Don't promote me on YouTube. I'll take her. Hey, you want her, you let me know. You guys want her, you would let me know because I'm so sad that happened. So freaking pissed. And if you want to know the full story, I'll tell you privately.
Tell it.
You want me to tell it?
Tell the story. I will. I won't be kind.
Somebody said... Somebody ordered this. After looking at the pictures... Clear pictures, by the way, because I don't post blurry pictures on my Etsy, and said that they don't like the way the seeds look.
Say the word.
That they were gross. Excuse me? The seeds are representative in my culture of prosperity, and they're gross? Okay, so I was kind enough, we were kind enough to say, fine, you don't like it, let's do an exchange. Not an exchange, we'll do a return. But the statue has to arrive here unscathed. Fine, it has to arrive here fine. So that means that the person that received it has to wrap it up just the same way we do. But they didn't. They wrapped it one time and threw it in the freaking box. It came broken. From a person who thought the seeds were gross. Oy. So anyway, it pissed me off. To say the least, I held my tongue because I was trying to be professional. I shouldn't have even done a refund anyway, And now this happened. So it came with the head completely off. So he spent like 3 days trying to repair this. He built it from the ground up, basically. The face was completely annihilated. So from the get-go, this one hasn't, received the love and affection that it should have. So it feels so bad. Gross. The seeds are gross. That's what happens when people come into this not knowing anything about the culture, not knowing anything about the symbology, not knowing anything about the history, just jumping into it because it's cool. The seeds are gross. Man, I wanted to strangle somebody. So anyway, it's just sitting there. I mean, and I already have the white one, you know, like I don't need more. But anyway, he told me to tell you the story. So yeah, and I pursued. I see nothing wrong with what you're doing. You can use her for law. Where's her shop? Nico, my shop is called La Casa Calacas. I'll put a link below. Doing good. Hey, can I do a love spell with the black statue? Kenneth, I would probably use the red one, but you can do a love spell with whatever one you want, honestly. What do you recommend to develop psychic intuition? White statue. Lots of meditation, lots of inner reflection. Get yourself away from your phone, unless you're using it like for music. Listen to some binaural, how do you say it? Binaural beats. And try to just tune everything out. Get yourself in a quiet space where you don't fall asleep. I always fall asleep, right? And just try to tune everything out. What you're going to try to do is get to that in-between stage of like right before you're right about to go to sleep. That's when these things come in.
It's a boat.
Yes, it's a boat. And the more you do that, the more you remove yourself from your ego and from your daily life and that sort of thing, and the more you can hone in on messages. It's kind of like channeling. The more you can do that. Take some alone time. Listen to some music, put some headphones on, remove yourself once again from the daily material world and try to just let go, relax, and hone in. And it's easier said than done. Sometimes it takes months. Sometimes it'll take people up to a year to be able to successfully do that. But it's worth the practice, believe me. When I saw the beetle, it freaked me out. I knew inside it was really doing something. It did work for me. Oh, okay. I get it, Jennifer. I get it. Thank you, guys. Jennifer, there you go. You're good with her. Are we supposed to charge our Santa Muerte statues? I read we're supposed to charge them. If so, then mine aren't charged. Sweet Leaf. Yeah, because if not, then it's kind of like an empty vessel. I mean, if you're going to have a statue, the whole point of it, right, is for her to like have a home in it, to inhabit it. So yeah, I would definitely invite her into it. Say, you know, do the cleansing thing, do the cleansing ritual. Different people do it different ways. I have a video on it, but tell her that only you want her to inhabit that. Only you want her to be in it, nobody else. Do some prayers too. The black Santa Muerte with inverted cross is normal. I've never seen that one. Giulio? I've never seen that one with an inverted cross. I don't know about it being normal. You know if she has a sigil, not the one that Carlos Montenegro says is hers. Mark, you've done your research. I don't think so. Some people have come up with some that have like sides and have the number 13, which is cool. Like a pentagram with it. But everybody that I've talked to says no. You come up with your own, which is kind of cool. Come up with your own to connect with her. Come up with your own method to connect with her. But as far as like a designated, this one's hers, no. I've never seen one. Thanks for talking with me. I live in an area where people have no knowledge of her. I know how that goes, Jennifer. All too well. What are those statues? Well, they're Santa Muerte statues. The only time I heard her actual voice in my ear, her sentence was broken up. Some words were missing. Why would that happen? MJ, that happens to me a lot. I don't know why it happens, to tell you the truth. I don't know why. At least you got something. Work on it. Work on it. You know, next time it happens, try to hone in better. Oh, the statues that have a mirror instead of face, those are cool. I could be wrong here, but I think what they mean, now I'm sure there's a cult meaning behind them, but I think what they mean is that she is you. That's cool, isn't it? She is you. She is you looking back. I think that's what that means. I'm sure there's a deeper meaning, but nobody's told me the exact meaning behind those, but I've seen them. What would you use the black sandamoto for? And is it a good idea to put pictures of your loved ones on your altar as well, or near your altar? Sweet leaf, the black one is protection, dark work. It's banishing. It's all the dirty stuff that you wouldn't do with the other ones. It's all of the dark work. It's all the protection and I already said that, sorry. You know, the darkity dark stuff. That's the best way to word it. It's all the dark stuff that that you would assign her to do. You know. Pictures. Okay, pictures. I have seen loved ones' pictures on the altar in regards to like protection or people that are recently deceased. But I think they're mainly put up there for protection. I think. I don't do it just cuz. But yeah, I think that's the reason. Thank you, Mystic. I'm on my son's, but my nephew has statues at his altar, and he said it would move. He would find it turned the other way. Is there a reason? Josiah. She's unsatisfied with something, has been my experience. When it moves like that, it's either a message or being unhappy with something. I'm trying to tell you this is what I'm unhappy with. There's an odd chance that you might have some kind of lingering spirit or something like that messing with your stuff. Very odd chance. Because as soon as you invite her into your home, those things are kind of like vamoose. So it's probably just unhappy with something. I had been ignoring her for some days, and then I had a dream about her, and someone told me in the dream that she was not going to have contact with me because I wasn't giving on my end. Ooh, Nico, that's rough. That is the way it works. I hate dreams like that. I've been having horrible dreams. For a while I had been engrossed in my schoolwork, so I kind of been tardy with the upkeep. FYI, I asked her to get me back to school and she did. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. I'm very long time pagan and have found Santa Muerte within the past few months. How did you adapt your rituals, or do you keep them separate? Yes, Leo, keep them separate. Absolutely. Because a lot of times when you're involving this stuff, you got a lot of Catholic elements. I know pagans don't like it, but where do you think they got it from? Where do you think the Catholics got it from?
The pagans.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So keep them separate. Keep them totally separate. I see hawks all the time too. I was told to eat the offering I gave her when I changed it out. I didn't because I didn't feel right to me. I put it away in my backyard for nature. That's good. Lolita, that's a very good decision. Just throw it in the backyard. Let the birds eat it. You ever got someone to... Okay. Alright. We're not going for that.
Hey, Mom, we're gonna go to the river. Can you see how the boats floating. They go like
Booyah.
that.
What?
Like that.
Not right now, Mimi. Oh, we got another one. Oh, we got spam. We got spam.
Look at how floating they are.
Okay. The practice has been watered down. In books and everything you find online, it's not the same anymore. My grams was a shaman and I learned a lot from her. What I see now is not compared to what? Yeah. Bora, I know. We finally got a troll. Yay! Let's remove their comments. Yay. One time I took a drink of water off her altar and I had took my vitamins and almost started to choke. So I took a drink and had a really bad stomach ache, prayed, and it went away within 15 minutes. Yeah, don't do that anymore. Don't do that anymore. What do you think of when she never wants you to show her to anyone, even pics? I feel completely protected and she makes me quite happy. She doesn't want you to show her to anyone? Maybe she's like trying to protect you from ridicule from other people. Maybe. Can you have Leo bring me a book? Can you have Leo bring me a book? Can you use a regular rosary with her? Yeah. Yeah, you can. I have one that I got at confirmation in the Roman Catholic Church as a kid. Yeah, Katie, you can. How many? I love trolls. Can Santa Muerte leave you if she feels you don't need help anymore? Nico, that's a good question. Because some people have mentioned that. Some people have brought that up to me. Like that she left, but then you speak to the older devotees and they're like, no, she never leaves. So maybe she's just taking a seat temporarily, taking a seat for the moment. You know? Like, you're good for now. You got this. I'll be over here. Kind of thing. You know what I mean? Oh, let me see. Just a second, guys. We got a couple of trolls. I knew it was going to happen. There's only 2, so that's not too bad. Janelle, I get a consultation a few days ago, and he told me that in my spiritual path there is too much about the death. I asked him why. He told me you have a connection with death. Means that Santa Muerte? It might be. Mystic, it might be. Very well might be. I know, Lolita, I'm trying. I already reported him. Just ignore them. They're probably like 15 and got nothing better to do. Your cheekbones are... They're actually cracking me up, man. I know how to do black magic spells with Santa Muerte. That's good. I'm enjoying these. Anyway, guys, I gotta go already. If y'all have any questions, I'm sorry I didn't get to them all. Let me just do a little scrolling. Yeah, I missed quite a few of them. I'm so sorry. I'll get back to them. Don't worry. I know I'm super far behind. Woo, you guys. Don't worry. I'll get to them. There's so many messages. I'm sorry. But my phone's about to die. I'm sorry. Color candles should I light up for her? I have a statue with 3 Santa Muerte different colors. Pretty L, it's entirely up to you. Entirely up to you. The link to my shop. Somebody just asked. Let me see if I have it memorized. www.lacasa La Casa CALACAS La Casa Calacas. I know, it's a tongue twister. Calacas is like a little dangly, dancy skeleton. But yeah, thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you for putting up with the trolls. Thank you for the donation. And thanks for hearing me out. I will get to all your messages as best I can. Hopefully it will let me. And thank you for sticking around for 2 hours out of your Saturday evening. You guys go have a good time. Be safe. And you know, if you have any other questions, let me know. Okay? I'm gonna get out of here. Get out of your hair. Thank you for putting up with us. And we'll see you soon. Let me try to get out of here.